I think I also still need time for the chanting the principles to actually meresap dalam. Yeah. Do you feel that you also need some time for the just now what you have learned to really meresap? Yes. My thoughts was still lingering at that principles. So I think just now what I have chanted the Namo Tassa might have some mistakes over there. Still needs time to meresap. Please forgive me. Okay. So today is the first Sunday service during our Gimhana retreat, right? The Gimhana retreat was started last Thursday. Who was here on Thursday? Okay, very good. Right. So it will be the 7 weeks Gimhana retreat. Like what you have seen over here, yeah, the retreat, which is yearly at Nalanda, is held from 6th June to 21st of July. And the theme for this year is Peace Begins with Me. And I would also like to introduce to you this website, the gimhana.nalanda.org.my. Who has gone into this website and look at the materials? Put up your hand. Very few, huh? So your homework, go back and then look up this website. A disclaimer over here, my slide, the content of the slide, many is actually from the website. Yeah. So if it is not clear, you can always go to the website and look up the information. All right. Next one. Now, we have celebrated the Buddha Day, or we have observed the Buddha Day, right? From 21st to 26th of May. Of course, the Buddha Day itself was on the 22nd of May. Yeah. Who has been at Nalanda to observe the Buddha Day? One of the days. At least I see many hands now. Right? Very good. So I hope that you have experienced, right, what the Buddha Day was, as well as the companionship that you have fostered during that particular period of time, right? During the Buddha Day, you may not just volunteer yourself, right? You may have also participated in some of the programs that we have lined up for you, like Dhamma talks, like forums, like what? The Dhammayatra's film screening, Tindachara, blood donation, right? Have you all participated in this? Right? Yes. So this experience that you have during the Buddha Day, how do you build that momentum? Right? So this is also the purpose of having Gimhana retreat. Okay. Now, before we go deeper into that, so after the Buddha's enlightenment, which is on the full moon day in the month of Vesaka, the Buddha actually spent 7 weeks at the Uruvela area, or Bodh Gaya currently. Last time it was called Uruvela, but now the name is Bodh Gaya, right? So the Buddha spent 7 weeks there. After the enlightenment, the Buddha did not enter, disappear, right? The Buddha did not disappear from the world, but he stayed. And then during that 7 weeks, a few weeks, the Buddha actually enjoyed the bliss of liberation. Yeah. Imagine that sometimes I think you may have that kind of realization, right? When you have that realization, you will feel like, wow, like a light bulb, the bulb was lighted like that, right? So the enlightenment is actually the uh, eradication of all kinds of difficulties, sufferings, cravings, attachment, right? So that vimutti sukha, that joy of liberation, the Buddha enjoyed for a few weeks at the Uruvela area. But the Buddha was not just enjoying, but he was also reviewing, right? Especially the dependent origination. At the end of the first week, where he spent enjoying the bliss of liberation, the Buddha actually reviewed the dependent origination in its direct order and also its reverse order, right? He also reviewed, yeah? It's not just, oh, enjoying the bliss. Deepen the process of the dependent origination. And during the fourth week, the Buddha also revealed the higher Dhamma. Now we call it as Abhidhamma. Yeah. So during the fourth week, the Buddha revealed the higher Dhamma. And because of the review of the higher Dhamma, his mind was so pure that his body actually radiates rays, right? You know the Buddhist color on the Buddhist flag, right? So that color, according to the articles, was actually from that time when the Buddha was reviewing or reflecting on the higher Dhamma. The body actually radiate the rays of blue, what else? Yellow, red, white. Never do homework. Huh? Orange. Then the last one was the combination of all the 5 colors, and it is called Pabasara. Yeah. So the Buddha's body radiating all these rays. So the colors are actually from this, the Buddhist color. Yeah. So tapping on the spirit of that 7 weeks. Yeah. So we also over here have the Gimhana retreat for all of us to deepen our spirituality, right? Now, after 7 weeks, yeah, the Buddhas actually traveled from Bodh Gaya to Sarnath, and he preached the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta on the Asala full moon in July, right? That's why our our Gimhana retreat also will end this after 7 weeks. But then after 7 weeks, the Buddha make his travel. All right. From there, he started his journey of his dispensation, his preaching to many, many more people. Yeah. So just some historical. So from Bodh Gaya, right? Bodh Gaya over here, right? Last time it was called Uruvela. Then the Buddha walked to where? Isipatana. Now it is called Sarnath, right? From here to here, some just historical, some from here to here, right? It probably spanned about 350 kilometers, roughly, right? So it's like here to Kedah. So from here to Kedah, now when we drive, probably we need about 7 hours. But last time walking, all right, the Buddha has to walk. He walks for 7 days. Yeah. So when he walked to the Isipatana, then he met with the 5 ascetics. It was not, they were not called bhikkhus yet, but ascetics. Then the Buddha preached the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta to the five disciples, right? And one of the disciples, after hearing this sutta, gained the first stage of sainthood. So that ascetic Kondanya is after gaining the first stage of sainthood, then he is called a noble one. A noble one. What is this? Where is this? Bodhgaya, yes. This? Sarnath, right? Sarnath. Okay. So historical part completed. Now, let's enter into the Gimhana retreat properly. Now, Gimhana, okay. Gimhana in Pali means summer or hot season in India, right? Generally, there are 3 seasons generally, all right? But sometimes they also subdivided it into a few other seasons. But generally, India has a winter season. Okay, then from December until end of March, early April, like this. Then after that, summer. Summer, which is from end of April to June. Then after that, there is this monsoon, or we call it rainy season, which is in from July until October. Then October to December, there's a post-monsoon seasons. Okay, so currently now, which is in June, it is summer. It is still summer. So it is called Gimhana, right? If winter, if we have a retreat like this, right, then it will be called Hemanta. Okay, some of you may have heard the term Hemanta before. Now, so tapping into the spirit of 7 weeks after the enlightenment of the Buddha, right? We also would like to do something, all right, as a community of Buddhists, right? Regardless whether you are regularly at Nalanda, all right, or you are very new, right? But as long as we are Buddhists, right, we also encourage that tapping into the spirit of these 7 weeks of deepening the experience of vimutti, liberation, right? We encourage that everyone, we build up that momentum of spiritual experience during the Buddha Day and dive into a more enhanced experience on the Buddha's teaching. So what can we do during these 7 weeks? Right? So for this Gimhana retreat, we can, what is that now? Besides diving into the more enhanced experience of spirituality, we can also review ourselves. Yeah, because we have gained some experience during the Buddha Day. We listen to Dhamma talk. Yeah, we probably have some new knowledge of what the Buddha has taught, right? Or what the teachings of the Buddha is. So we can also use this Gimhana retreat time to actually review ourselves. All right. When we do review, we may see certain shortcomings or weaknesses that we have. Right. For example, before coming to join the Buddha Day program, all right, probably we used to stay at home very laid back, all right, watch TV or play video games or what is that, chit chat with friends, right, or playing TikTok, playing or watch TikTok, yeah. So we may used to do that. But after coming to participate in the program, then and volunteering in during the Buddha Days program, and you find that, hey, these are some of the ways that I can actually benefit myself and others, and not just wasting my time, all right, on unnecessary program. So you might want to make some changes to your lifestyle, right, to replace those not wholesome one, not that wholesome one, to a more wholesome one, all right? Probably last time you spend your whole Saturday or your whole Sunday marketing, right? Today, morning you go to this place, and afternoon you go to that place, and afternoon, in the evening you go to another place. So whole day you spend on marketing. But then after the experience that you have during the Buddha Day, you want to consciously make some changes to your lifestyle, right? Or why not during the morning science session, or that morning from 9 o'clock until 2 p.m., right? Why not I come to the Buddhist society to learn, all right, to be with the good friends, to be with the Buddhist community, all right, do some voluntary work or learn some Dhamma, go to the library and do some reading, all right? Can I do some changes so that my time can be filled up little by little with a more wholesome things, right? So you can also use this period of time to review. Okay, so when you have a review, it is not merely by thoughts that you want to replace your old habit or with the wholesome one, but you can do something. So over here, we actually encourage you to take up these 5 daily practices, right? I believe that many of you have already started the practices. But then can we make it better? All right. The quality of observing these 5 practices or carrying out these 5 practices, can this be better? Right? So let's see. So what can we do during these 7 weeks? We can undertake the 5 daily practices to make a conscious effort to overcome all unwholesome habits and replacing them with new wholesome ones. Now, the outcomes. What do we want to achieve from picking up these 5 daily practices, or replacing the old habit, all unwholesome habits with the new wholesome habits, is to transform ourselves into a peaceful person, all right, a useful person, and can develop harmony living with others. Look at this chart. This chart shows our potential pathway, all right, of development from just a common folk to a noble person. Now, just now I mentioned the word noble person is the one who has attained at least the first stage of sainthood, right? Sotapan, Sotapan, first stage. When you reach that, we will call you the noble one. But before we reach that stage, it is we can be either in one of these categories, right? Are you a common folk? Carrying out daily activities, breathing in and breathing out? Okay. Or are you a virtuous person, meaning that occasionally you will do some good things, or you are kind to others, right? Virtuous, and you observe certain moral values, right? So these are a virtuous person. Are you in this category? Or are you a calm person? Meaning that you have started the cultivation. You have started the journey of mental cultivation. You learn some techniques of meditation, right? Or every day you spend some time uh, doing meditation. It can be sitting meditation, closing your eyes, make yourself calm and peaceful, or doing metta meditation, right? Calm person. Or you are uh, becoming more wiser after a longer period of time of cultivation, doing mental cultivation, meditation, right? Last time when you are at this third stage of being a calm person or peaceful person, now you go for longer retreat. And your time to be able to focus, to be calm without much thinking, or when there are thoughts, you are able to pull back very gently and very smoothly. When the time becomes longer and longer, and you are able to also integrate what you have learned into your life, all right? And very discreetly, you know what are the things that to do, what are the things not to touch, right? So you become a wise person, not just calm, right? A calm person doesn't mean that they are wise, huh? Right? You don't see that, oh, the name Shanti is peace, then the person is really peaceful, huh? Not necessary, huh? Right? So whether the person can actually use that wisdom to conduct their day-to-day life, interacting with people, all right? Benefiting oneself, benefiting others. Okay? Can they do that? Then if yes, then they are considered wise person. And with continuous learning and practice, then one day, right, they will reach the Arya stage. Okay? So our aim as Buddhists, don't just stay at being calm or wise. Okay? It's not just that, but this one. From Anarya, not noble, to a noble one. Right? At work, you have target, right? You have KPI, right? At life also, you should have KPI. Okay? So your KPI is this. Can or not? Not very convincing. Right? So at work, or bringing up children, you also have KPI for them. Unconsciously, yeah, probably. You also have KPI with them, for them, right? At work, your boss give you KPI, and then you happily take up the KPI, all right, and review every year end, right? So can we do that for our life, right? Set that target, review it from time to time, right? Make changes so that our life become better and better. Yeah, when your life become better and better, whoever that you have contact with, all right, might be influenced by your wholesomeness, and they might become better and better as well. Okay, this is how you can affect the world. Even though you are one person, but don't belittle the effort of one person. You also have the ability to change the community around you. Okay, so don't ever belittle your one's individual effort. Okay. So bear in mind that we don't stay at just common folk if you are just common folk now, right? But continue to progress to become a virtuous person, observe precepts, right? Do some goodness, be kind to your colleagues. If you are a superior or you are a supervisor, if you are a reporting manager, be kind to your colleagues, to your so-called like subordinates or whoever reporting to you. Be kind to them, right? Or at home, be kind to your parents. Yeah, be kind to them. Okay, calm person, pick up, spend some time. All right, doing meditation. For a start, you can do probably like this morning. 15 minutes can do or not? I see that everyone can do. Yeah, can do. It's just that how determined we are in our spiritual evolution, in our spiritual progress. How determined we are. Okay. So 15 minutes can do every day. Then after that, we can deeper or we can lengthen the duration. All right. And we can even go for meditation retreat, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Right. And with proper guidance, with proper reflection, and applying the function of wisdom in our daily life, we will be able to attain that sainthood. Okay. So bear that in mind. Remember this chart. See whether we can always progress, right, from this stage to this stage to this stage and this stage. Okay. Right. Now, let's look at these 5 daily practices one by one. First one is morning chanting and making noble aspiration. Second, meditation. Third, listening to talks and reading Dharma books. Fourth, performing acts of generosity, kindness, and compassion. And the last one is evening chanting and reflection. Now, these are what we encourage you to do, all right? Not to impose on you, not a commandment, yeah? Not a commandment, but this is what we would like to suggest, yeah? To deepen our spirituality, especially during these 7 weeks. Now, morning chanting and making aspiration. Now, when we wake up, do you aware of what was our first thought this morning? Have you ever aware of the thought that we have, the first thought that we have when we have waken up? Then what was the first thought? Huh? Sometimes, yeah. Anyone? Immediately think of work, think of what to do. Yes, you want to immediately jump into your daily routine, right? Or many times we are not aware. We just like in the autopilot mode. We know what to do already because every day we used to do that. Okay. So, how not to fall into that unwholesome and auto mode? We encourage that everyone do morning chanting. Now, this morning, when do we chant? What do we chant? We do salutations to the Buddha. We take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We observe the 5 precepts, right? And we also recall the qualities of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, right? Now, all these are reminder to us. We are forgetful, right? Do you acknowledge that we are forgetful? Right? Many a times we are forgetful. Now, if we don't remind ourselves every day that we are Buddhists or we are practitioners, right? Who is our teacher? Who is our protection? All right. As Buddhists, we take refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. All right. And basic morality that we observe is the 5 precepts. So the morning chanting is not just reciting the words, but it is a way to remind ourselves that we are Buddhists, we take refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha are my protection. And I'm a student and I'm learning from the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. So every day we remind ourselves and we start our day with a wholesome frame of mind. Okay? Understand? Agree? Really? Agree? If agree, then have to do all. Confirm, cannot give a promise, just empty promise. Okay. So after morning service, we also can make some noble aspiration. It's not just aspiration, today I want to gain more money or I gain more wealth. Not that kind of aspiration, but noble aspiration, right? So probably last time when I always go to work, I've been cao cao one, right? Because too much work, right? Or meeting with these colleagues, my enemy at work, right? So instead of having this unwholesome frame of mind, make that aspiration, right? When I go to the office today, I'm going to smile to my colleague, to this colleague. Prepare your mind first, right? I'm going to meet her or him with a smiling face, right? And I will wish her in my mind, may you be well and happy, right? Prepare your mind, right? Okay. So we can make aspiration. Right? Having learned the Dhamma, we aspire to reduce our unwholesome qualities. Right? Whatever challenges that I'm going to face today, let me face it with calm and composed mind. Can we? Can we make that kind of aspiration and remind ourselves, not just one day, but every day? Right? Okay. Then with this kind of opening to our daily life, we are setting the right direction for the rest of the day, right? If we do it every day, consistently without fail, right? It will be in us. It will mirror up into our mind, all right? When we need the Dhamma, when we face challenges, when we need that protection or some anchor, all right? The Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha will be there to anchor our mind. Yeah. Next one. After the morning, right, during the day, what we can do? We can do meditation, right? Meditation, in another word, in Pali word, it is called bhavana, mental cultivation or development. Okay. Now, it comes in many forms. It can be like this morning, you sit down quietly, close your eyes, and bring your attention to your breathing, right? This is one way of meditation, right? And there are some others like metta meditation. You can sit down, calm yourself down, and radiating thoughts of loving kindness to oneself and other people. You can also do that, right? What is the purpose of doing meditation? What do you think that why we suggest that you also perform meditation or you also meditate every day? What do you think? That we want to put this under one of the 5 practices. Why? To calm our minds. Okay, one, to calm our minds. What else? To be more focused, to calm our mind, to be more focused. What else? Clarity of thoughts. Correct. Good. Yeah, clarity of thoughts. Any more? To be staying at present moment. Always bring back to the present moment, or else our thoughts will always waver to the past, all right, or to the future, but never stay at the present, even though our bodies are here at the present, right? Okay, so our minds is always agitated. So how not to make the minds agitated? We need to train the mind, right? How to train? One of the ways is doing meditation, right? Meditation. Okay. Any questions on this? Right. We continue, yeah. Now, another one is we can listen to talks or reading Dharma books. Okay. Reading and listening to Dhamma provides time and space for the heart and mind to reflect and contemplate on the Buddha's teaching of the nature of life, right? When you can spend some time, take out a book, a Dhamma book, all right, and flip, what is that now? Flip to the page, right? Sit down and read, okay? Now, that also needs some concentration, need some level of mindfulness and also concentration. If you don't have that qualities, right, that page, right, even though it only takes you 2 minutes to finish the whole para or the whole page, it may take you 30 minutes, but you are still at that particular page because no focus. The mind wanders. Have you ever faced this before? Yeah. Yes. Right. So by reading or listening to talk, really follows the Venerable's talk, right? Not wandering, not mind wandering. That needs skills, all right, to always anchor our mind to the page or to the reading or to the listening passages. Okay, so with the reading or listening to talk, the minds can be directed to virtue, to tranquility, to calmness, to wisdom, and to liberation. Right? If you don't believe me, later you try, go to the pustaka, go to the library, right? Take out one of the books and read. Right? Free yourself from unnecessary worries and anxieties. Let your children to be with other kids, right? You be at the library and see whether you can do that or not. All right. Spend some quiet time, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Right? It can be a general reading. You can take this book, Mindfulness in Plain English. Right? And you can flip from first page to second, third, fourth, and fifth. You can do that. Right? Your aspiration may be, I want to finish this book during the Gimhana period or Gimhana retreat. I want to finish this book during that 7 weeks. Right? Or you can actually be more targeted in your learning because you have attended some talks, all right? And you feel that, hey, my understanding on aggregates, right? What are the 5 aggregates? You heard before the Dharma speakers mentioned about 5 aggregates, right? And my understanding on this are not solid. So I want to learn this during this Gimhana retreat. So you can do that. Find out specific information on 5 aggregates. Or you suddenly discover that you are very poor in life stories of the Buddha. When you look at the pictures, your mind is blank. Hey, what is this? I think I saw this picture before. I think I heard this story before, but cannot connect. So during this Gimhana retreat, I would like to learn about this, right? Life story of the Buddha. So you can also do that, yeah, during these 7 weeks. So there are these benefits in listening to the Dhamma by reading Dhamma books or listening to it. You hear what one has not heard before, right? But if you have heard before, it clarifies or it reconfirms your understanding of that particular topic. Okay, one dispels one's doubts. So last time you have doubts about, hey, what is these five aggregates? So after you have learned, hey, yeah, now I understand what are these five aggregates, right? One straightens out one's view. Okay? Last time is not crooked, right? We think that beauty is long lasting. By putting makeup and all this, oh, it can be long lasting, right? Whether it's the right view, right? But then you read an article from venerables, right? Or you read the suttas, and then it is mentioned impermanence, right? Life is impermanent, right? Okay. Then you start reflecting, oh yeah, beauty also is impermanent, right? Should I cling continuously to beauty, right? So straightens one's view. One's minds become placid, clear, right? It makes our minds clear, right? Less ignorance about the truth of life. Okay, so continue to investigate Dhamma Vichaya. Continue to investigate the Dhamma that you have learned. Okay. Next one, performing acts of generosity, kindness, and compassion. Now, very simple act is giving, right? Giving in Pali, it is called dana. Dana, right? Now, it can be done any time of the day. Even though you may say that I'm a housewife, let's say I'm a housewife. I don't go to work, but I stay at home, I take care of my kids or my parents. Now, even though you are in that context, can you still do dana? Can? Can. Yeah, can. Many a times when children was being asked to do housework, right? They won't do it willingly, right? They think that, this is not my task, my mother's work, housewife, right? So when we ask them to do some work, normally they are not willing one, very reluctant one, right? Then you will hear a lot of noise, putting up the pails very loudly, all right, very heavily on the floor, and then when mop, right, hit here and then a lot of noises. I'm not sure whether you have experienced that before, right? Okay, because you don't do it willingly. But if you have this mindset of performing dana, giving, and with performing it with right understanding, it can become a liberality, a chaga, right? Meaning that you are willing to give up certain conveniences in your life for the convenience of others, right? Because if you need to do housework, you need to put down your work, yeah, and then go and help out. Okay, it might cause inconveniences, but then if you think that I would like to offer this act of helping in house chores as a form of dana, as liberality, now maintain that mindset. Maintain the mindset that, hey, I'm doing it uh, uh, out of generosity, kindness, all right? I'm helping my mother. She has been very busy, all right, from the day I was born until now, take care of us, right? Have these thoughts of loving kindness towards mothers and willingly put aside the work that you are engaged with, right? And helping your parents to perform housework. Now, can be done, right? The difference is the mindset. Either you do it grudgingly or you do it with the understanding of giving and with liberality. You don't expect in return, all right? Or after I help you to do the housework, you must bring me for a good meal, right? No expectation, but very liberal, open-handedly, right? So this one, you can do it at home. And outside at your work, you can also do the same, right? When you have gained something, right? Or you have, probably you have got the promotion, right? And you are liberal enough to share that kind of advantage that you have with your team members, right? Then you bring them out for meal, right? You share your joy with them, right? So that is also a form of dana, yeah. So next week we are going to what is that? Understand more about what is dana by another speaker, yeah. You see also a pot of rice at the shrine hall, correct? Right? So what you can do to remind ourselves to do good is to have, what is that now? To collect the rice grain. Okay. So in their wholesome thoughts into, so this act is a reminder of our good deeds, and it also reminds us that continuously be disciplined, all right, to do this act of generosity every day, right? And it is also a reminder that we plant the seeds of a good life that is helpful to others. Okay, thought of generosity or act of generosity every day. Okay, it can come in many forms. Yeah, that like what I said. So you can do it at your own pace and time. Then remember, put some rice, collect it, and bring it here every week. Pour it at the bigger pot. And at the end, yeah, we will serve either to the community of monks or community of Buddhists, right? Sharing of the merits that we have acquired to others. Okay. The last one of the five practices is the evening chanting and reflection towards the ends of the day. All right. In the morning, we have set our mind in the right frame. Right. At the end of the day, we can also recall, all right, and contemplate. Recall, recollect, contemplate, and also don't forget to reaffirm our taking of refuge and also observing the 5 precepts. So we rechant, right, the taking of 3 refuges and 5 precepts. At the same time, we can also review how was the day. All right. How was the day? Have I done something good today to myself and others? All right. Have I what is that reduce my unwholesomeness today? All right. I have made aspiration in the morning that when I go to the office, all right, I will be friendly to everyone. Have I managed to do that? Right? So we review. And if let's say there's any challenges, all right, I just couldn't get through that obstacle. All right. I said that I would like to be friendly, but then I just can't. So how do we tackle these challenges? Right? We may come to Buddhist center or Nalanda and discuss with uh, uh, Dharma speakers, or even friends where you are comfortable to discuss with. All right, then they may give you some suggestions, right? And from there, we improve from time to time. Can, right? So, this Dhammapada 239 is also a reminder to us, right? We gradually purify ourselves. The purification cannot be done immediately, right? Just like the silversmiths, they remove the silver gradually, all right? It is not one wipe, then the silver will be purified or clean, right? It is not. So for us also, our mind, our action, our speech, our conduct, right? Are they all pure at all time? No, right? But how do we purify it? How do we make it wholesome and wholesome and wholesome, right? We do it gradually. Some can be from moment to moment, from day to day, all right? So this is how the wise one will gradually purify oneself. Then we will be able to achieve this. As long as we don't forget the outcome, right? We know that as long as we are in samsara, there are many challenges that we are going to face. But as long as we don't forget about this outcome and the potential of us to become this one, right? Then we will be able to conduct ourselves rightly. Can do? Make aspiration, make aspiration. Okay. Now, in order for us to commit, all right, to it, this card will help us. When you go down to level 1 on the shoe racks, when you go back, you can actually collect one of these cards. That comes in different designs actually, right? So you can collect the at the back, right? You can also collect from the back. So once you have done the practice, you can actually color the leaves. If you don't color the leaf, the plants will wither. It will become dry. So you have to put colors on those plants. Yeah. So we encourage you to do that every day. All right. Starting from last Thursday. All right. If you miss that 2 days, please double up your effort. Okay? Can? All right. With that, I end my Dhamma sharing. Thank you very much.